The 2015 San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by H-E-B. Here, everything's better. And sponsored by Whataburger. Proud to serve it hot and fresh 24 hours a day. Frost. Banking, investments, insurance. CPS Energy. CPS Energy works for you. Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Our children will always be first. Pizza Hut. Make it great. Liberty Safe. Dixie Flag Manufacturing Company. University of the Incarnate Word. Bauman Automotive. Baptist Emergency Hospital. Vulcan Materials Company. And Six Flags Fiesta, Texas.
You are looking live at the Alamo Dome in downtown San Antonio, Texas, home of the East-West San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. It has been a busy 24 hours of football inside the Alamo Dome, and we are happy to bring you yet another All-Star Game today. We started with the Valero Alamo Bowl last night as UCLA beat Kansas State. Earlier today, it was the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, East versus West. And now, Chuck, we have the local kids involved, and this has become quite a tradition. 37th annual All-Star Game.
Yeah, Don, really looking forward to it, and the battle lines have been drawn. We've split the city in half, east to west. And Don, we've got over 100 football players here representing 50 different San Antonio schools. Some of the very best athletes, senior athletes here on display, a chance to show the college recruiters exactly what they can do one more time.
Yes, we have seen a lot of these kids on Thursday Night Lights. Some of these kids led their teams deep into the state playoffs, and really for 37 years, this has been a great tool for recruiting because a lot of these kids, this is their last chance to show their stuff for those college recruiters.
Well, the interesting thing about what the San Antonio sports people have done is move this game from May into January, and in May, it was, kind of like, hey, let's roll the ball out, let's play, and let's show off the greatest talent that we have here in San Antonio. That's still the case, but because a lot of these universities are still filling out their roster this time of year, this is one more chance that these kids get to impress the college recruiters.
And a lot of them will get scholarships on the field right after this game today, depending on what they do. Let's talk about some of the kids we are going to see today. We're going to see a lot of great athletes, including Trenton Ford, the quarterback from Clark, who we've had a couple of times on Thursday Night Lights. Mostly a running quarterback, but a kid who can do it all.
Yeah, he started his career at Clark as a running back / wide receiver and kind of grew into the wide receiver position. And Don, this is a young man. I was talking to Coach Campbell before the game. He said, if we were going just on talent alone, we'd have 4 starters. But Trenton Ford showed a lot of the intangible qualities that make him such a special player. I'm talking about leadership and just, his ability to kind of get others in line in such a short period of time. He's actually going to be one of their captains today, and he's also going to be starting for the West.
And we will also see Deshaun Key from the West backing him up. And, of course, Deshaun Key leading the Brennan Bears deep into the playoffs. And for the East quarterback, it is L.G. Williams, a kid who plays over at Steele High School and really the state championship game, no stranger to the Steele Knights, we've seen Tommy Armstrong go to Nebraska, we've seen Malcolm Brown go to the University of Texas, and LG is just the latest great athlete to come from that school.
And here's another guy that started his career in the backfield, and talk about a winner. My goodness, that's what this young man has done. And you talk about the skill set that he has at the quarterback position. He can run, he can throw, he's accurate. But the coaches, anybody that's ever had to guide this kid says his best quality is he's competitive and he's a leader. And it's going to be fun to watch him in his final high school game before he heads up to Texas State.
Looking forward to seeing him play. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the 2 coaches that will lead the East against the West. Again, it's some of the best talent in San Antonio, and they will go head-to-head on the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by H-E-B. We're back with more right after this.
Today's broadcast in high definition is brought to you by Liberty Safe.
Welcome back to the Alamo Dome for the San Antonio Sports All-Star High School Football Game presented by H-E-B. For the 37th year, it's the East against the West. 50 of the best seniors in San Antonio from each side of town. getting to show their stuff one last time before they head off to the college ranks. And Chuck, earlier we talked about some of the players. Let's introduce you to the two guys who will guide these two programs, or these two sides. And leading the West squad is Coach John Campbell. He's a local guy. He played at Jay, coached at Jay before taking over the Brandeis program, and he's turned that program into one of the best in town.
No, it really is. And, you know, Coach Campbell went to Rice University, which already makes him smarter than both you and I together. But Coach Campbell, there's no doubt. I mean, he's built Brandeis into a juggernaut. This is one of those programs over on the north side that, you know, you not only have heard about him in the past, you're going to hear about him from years to come. Done a great job and, you know, coached in the Houston area, and he was one of the first ones to tell us that there's as much talent here in San Antonio as there is in Houston. So we like him for that as well.
Speaking of guys who've done a great job with their program, David Wetzel leads the East squad. He's the head football coach at Reagan. You probably know him best for Trevor Knight, who's the starting quarterback at Oklahoma, but he's also produced a lot of college athletes, done a great job at Reagan High School, played with Cody Carlson at Baylor back in the day, and cut his teeth coaching in private school and at Killeen Ellison, and now has turned Reagan into one of the city's powers.
You know, he's kind of grown up, as far as I'm concerned, at Reagan. I mean, it seems like he's been there forever, and we all know that once you get Reagan on the football field, you know, they're more than likely going to make the postseason, and then they're more than likely going to do some damage in the postseason. And Coach Wetzel, he's coached this time of year before. Last year at this time, he was coaching DBs at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
Yeah, he's quality coaching. Both these guys have been around for 20 years, and this game's been going on for 37, but we saw something new this year, and that is combined practices so that guys really got a chance to go against different competition every day.
Pretty cool, and then Coach Wetzel wearing that cool hunting cap, too. We weren't even sure he was on the field. We couldn't see him with the camo on, but yeah, I mean, how cool is that? You know, we talk about San Antonio being a tight-knit community. Here we are, East versus West, and kind of cool that these two squads got to go against each other, not only here today, but during the course of practice this week.
We are looking forward to seeing the best talent San Antonio has to offer. It's the East against West in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB, and we've got kickoff next. Welcome back to the East-West All-Star Game, San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. Let's go right down to the field. It's time for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, they bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our national anthem sung by Alora. Like Prince, just the one name.
You could sing
Very
like that,
impressive.
you only need one day.
She did a great job, and we are now getting ready for our Dixie flag kickoff. San Antonio's East versus West, and as always, the third member of our broadcast team on the sidelines as usual, David Chancellor. Let's go down to Chance. What's up, Dave?
Don, in honor of Alora, I'd like to just be referred to as David or Chance or something. One word, that's pretty cool. You know, I've been looking on this list of players, over 100 players in San Antonio, trying to find out who's going to pull a Stockton, who's going to be the best player on the field when all is said and done. And I always go to the quarterbacks, and you start off with, obviously, Deshaun Key. He's the runner out of Brennan. There is Dalton Banks from Alamo Heights. He's the prototype, big, strong arm. David Wetzel referred to him as his banker. He's that smart. There's L.G. Williams out of Steele, Joseph Navas from Central Catholic. Those are the leaders. But the guy that I'm really anxious to watch, and I think may put on a show for our viewers tonight, is Bobby Chacon out of Stevens. He is a high school version, at least to me, of Tony Romo. He just finds a way to make plays. It's not always pretty, but usually he finds a way to get his team into the end zone. And I was looking at the scouting report from his coaches on him. They say he has great quarterback DNA. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know I did not have that years ago. I'm looking forward to watching Bobby Chacon and all the All-Stars here at the Alamo Dome, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. We are looking forward to it as well. There you see Bobby Chacon proudly sporting the white. The West will be in white. The East will be in the red. You see the kids traded a lot of helmet stickers during the week. And it looks like the East will kick off and the West will return. That means that Peyton Hall and Daryl Godfrey will be back to receive, and Alex Webb will do the honors for the East squad. Alex Webb, 6'2", 192-pound kicker and punter out of Reagan High School. And he'll do the honors on the Dixie flag kickoff. Back to return, you're looking at Peyton Hall. He's the 6', 180-pound receiver from Brandeis. He's joined back there by Daryl Godfrey. Godfrey's from O'Connor, and we've seen him, Chuck, over the years put up some big highlights on Friday nights here in San Antonio.
Well, we had a lot of explosive plays, you'll remember, Don, last year, and it's really interesting because you got to believe that the offenses would be behind the defenses with only a week or so of practice. But last year, man, I'll tell you what, we saw a lot of big plays, and I'm looking forward to see if we see more of the same today.
Webb puts his foot into it. Godfrey will take it at the 15, and we are underway. Godfrey with a juke move, crosses the 30, makes another move to get to the 40, still on his feet, past the 45, and the West will have great field position as they take over at the 47-yard line. Brooks Sadoff with the tackle, and we will hear his name a lot. Coaches love him, linebacker out of Reagan High School.
Yeah, really nice return by Daryl Godfrey, and hey, how about the blocking that he was able to get out there on too? Like number 15, Noah Trevino, doing a really nice job helping to set up that return.
All right, so there's Trenton Ford, the quarterback from Clark High School, very electric. As I said, we've had him a couple of times on Thursday Night Lights, and he does a lot of damage with his feet. Kai Green, Adric Robinson from Warren, the running backs. Snap, a little trouble there for Ford. He's pressured, and he's going to be brought down way back at the 33-yard line by Michael Akai from Judson.
Michael Akai is one of those guys the coaching staff was just raving about before the game. This is one of those guys, maybe not has the greatest talent in the world, but still a special player and really has a lot of the intangibles that has enabled him to get to this point. I mean, a really nice young player. Big Judson Rockets.
Yeah, big number 93. Noah McMeans from Lavernia was also there. This West offensive line, just gigantic. We'll talk about some of these offensive linemen a little bit later. A lot of colleges looking at some of these kids as handoff goes to the near side, across the 35 and near the 36-yard line. Little jet sweep. And that was Makai Green from Brennan. Here's a look at the starting lineup. Adric Robinson and Green back there. You'll see a lot of Troy Irby as well. Up front, Mitchell Watanabe, big offensive lineman. His brother, of course, also played at Brennan. Is playing now at the University of Colorado, one of the top recruits in San Antonio a year ago. And Deshaun Dixon playing right next to him is just a monster. 6'6", 306 pounds. Oklahoma State and others looking at him.
third down and 18 for Ford. Wants to try his first pass attempt of the game and lets it fly. He's got a man and it's caught right at the stick. Not sure if he got enough for a first down. That's number 85, Sean Thompson, big wide receiver from Marshall High School.
How about the individual effort right there by Trenton Ford, rolling to his left, squares his shoulders and throws a rocket right down the field, right at the marker, Don, as you said. And we'll have to see if he picked up the first down, but just an amazing play by Trenton Ford to get him close.
Looks like we're going to be fourth and about 3 inches. As number 7 checks in, that's Deshaun Key from Brennan. He's going to keep it himself, and he spins, gets the first down. And Deshaun Key had an amazing career at Brennan High School. They were ranked 1 or 2 in our TNL top 10 most of the year. That's a Pizza Hut first down, by the way. And Deshaun Key, we came into this ball game saying, you know, he's going to be the best player on the field, maybe, and certainly the starting quarterback. But I like what both coaches are doing. They're going to play lots of people, different styles of quarterbacks. Trenton Ford got the start, but here is Key, who took his team to Jerry World a year ago, played in a state championship game. First and 10 for the West. Key hands inside, and that's Greg Scott from Holy Cross, who picks up about 2. We take a look at the East defense. Colton Knapp up front along with Kelvin Patterson, Zach Edwards, Jason Fuller is a linebacker along with Tristan Blake, and we've already mentioned Brooks Sadoff. DBs, Dwayne Hinton has been a very special player this week according to the coaches. Kind of a surprise because he played at Canyon Lake, and really coaches hadn't seen a lot of him, but he did some great things in practice this week. 2nd and 9. He scrambles. You see his speed as he crosses the 30 and gets inside the 30. Good for another West first down. And Chuck, that's what we've seen from Deshaun Key his whole career.
Yeah, Don, I mean, he just looks the part. You know, he's tall, he's got some size, he has the speed. Just a quick, subtle move, little jab step there, gets him outside. And then Parker Brown, number 87 from Kerrville Tybee, throwing a nice block to help spring him for a couple of more yards. So, you know, the guys are flying around here early trying to make something happen.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 for Deshaun Key in the West as they move into East territory. Another Pizza Hut first down for Key. Hands inside as a flag flies. That one went to number 30, Landon Ventura from Bandera. But we've got laundry on the field, and we'll sort out that call. Randy Wilson is our referee.
Did somebody move a step quick?
Yeah, he's looking over at Coach Wetzel of the East to see if he
Illegal
wants
formation. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty.
Want to see if he wanted to accept the penalty, and he does. So that'll back the West up at the 33, and it'll be first down and 15.
As we take a look at Coach John Campbell, you know, you can imagine some of the difficulties you have, you know, with organization and trying to insert your offense in just a couple of days. But tell you what, the West looks pretty good here to start this ball game.
Ford's back in at quarterback, and he's going deep. Got a man there, and nice job by number 14 of the East squad to come over and knock that away. That's R.J. Espinoza out of Johnson High School. Only 5'7", 155. He did a nice job making the play.
Trenton Ford wheeling up and throwing it as hard as he could downfield, and just a great job by the young man there to close on that ball and break up that play at the last second.
Nice job closing, sets up 2nd down at about 15.
Rotating the quarterbacks again.
He on a keeper. He's brought down after only a gain of about 3. And we'll see who is in on that tackle for the East squad. Looked like big number 73, Colton Knapp from Pleasanton, in on the tackle. And so the West squad with a big 3rd down conversion opportunity here. 3rd down and about 13. Sean Key in at quarterback. He's got Two receivers split left, one to the right. Straight drop, running for his life. He's going to now throw late. Gave his receiver a chance to catch it, but it's incomplete. Will be fourth down.
Sean Key running for his life on that one with Kelvin Patterson trying to track him on that one. It's a tough throw to make, Don, when you're right hand, you're rolling to your left like that. But
it looked like he was looking for Chris Adams out of Lee High School, but did enough to extend the play. And so the West will try, what's this, 47-yarder? A little bit. Oh, Patricio Botello with the attempt, and that blew up for him. He's going to try to make the most of it, but a big play by the East special teams, and they'll take over at about their own 45-yard line when we come back. West 0, East 0. You're watching the San Antonio Sports High School All-Star Game presented by HEB.
You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by HEB.
David Wetzel barking out signals for his East squad as they will get their first chance on offense. LG Williams, the veteran quarterback for the Steel Knights, is your starting quarterback. As you can see, completes about 52% of his passes. Big-time winner there at Steel, throws out in the flat. To a familiar face, that's Jalen Harris, who plays with him at Steel. And Jalen Harris is right there at the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be a little short. Or nope, they're going to move the chains. It'll be a first down.
Hey, go with what you know, right? You see how quickly LG gets rid of the ball. I mean, squared his feet. And just really good arm strength.
Inside handoff to Eric Tillman. And Chuck, that kid right there from Wagner has been one of the most special players we've seen in San Antonio the last couple of years.
Yeah, this game may be, for Tillman, as big as anybody out here on the field. Still looking for a place to play. You know, may have to go the JUCO route, but, I mean, that kid definitely looks like a next-level running back with his size and speed.
That ball is complete to Josh DeFries from Canyon Lake. There you see Tillman joining the backfield by Jalen Harris, Michael Akai, Daniel Dillard up front. Marcus McNeil and Jeremy Jones anchoring that offensive line. Kimball Tyus is also up there, one of the big boys blocking up front for LG Williams and company. Third down and about 7. This is a called keep for Williams, who gets the first down all the way down to about the 35-yard line. Called quarterback keeper.
How about big Patrick Weathersby, number 96 from Stevens? I'd be moving pretty fast, too, if that guy was coming after me. Really nice move there by LG to get away from him and pick up some yards downfield.
First and 10 for the East, and Williams, who goes with the play action, fakes, now fires deep, has a man, ball's caught in the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Jalen Harris. A Steel Knight to Steel Knight hookup. Hey, you know that post we run in practice every day? Let's try it in the All-Star game to see if it works.
That's right. Just keep running and I'll throw it to you. I mean, LG Williams. How about the hot start for him, huh?
45 yards for the touchdown, and again, it's two kids who have played together probably since middle school. Put it up there. Good coverage as well, but Jalen Harris just went up and got it. And the East adds to it with the extra point, and the East is on the board first. It's 7-0 here at the Alamo Dome. The West will get a chance to respond when we come back. Welcome back. It's our CPS Energy Cheer Cam down on the field. It's time for the CPS Energy Cheer Cam, and reminder that CPS Energy works for you. As the East gets ready to kick it away, they capped off a 57-yard drive. It took only a minute and 21 seconds, and it was capped off by that touchdown catch by Jalen Harris from his teammate LG Williams. You can see a lot of smiles and laughter going on in the huddles. That's what's fun about this game, is it's doesn't have the playoff pressure or the district pressure. A lot of kids playing the last time in pads. Some of them will move on, some of them will not. So they're having a lot of fun as Alex Webb gets ready to tee it up, and Peyton Hall and Daryl Godfrey again back to receive. Godfrey got the last one. This time he'll turn and watch it bounce into the end zone as we send it down to David Chancellor on the sideline.
Yeah, we've done this a time or two, interviewing the Steel Knights, LG Williams, Jalen Harris. You just saw it. I asked LG off camera. I'll ask him on camera. Was that a wink-wink play, or was that an actual play?
That was a play we had called. It was a play we had called.
All right, but how often have you thrown a deep post to Jalen for a touchdown?
Pretty often during the season, all throughout the season. It's fun. I like it.
What is this like for you guys? You know, we talked to you in Sports Sunday a couple of weeks ago about what would it be like to play with your high school teammate in one final high school game, but to throw a touchdown to him, got to be a memorable moment.
Oh, it's great. It's a great opportunity to play in a type of game like this. It's not every day you get to come out here and play with the dudes that you played against all year. It's a great experience.
Jalen, we were talking and you were telling us that's a Reagan play.
Yes, sir. They brought a lot of their plays into the game because we're with their coaches, and they're pretty fun plays. I like them.
So, yeah, they're okay. Steele, Reagan, you know, they're all. How difficult is that to pick up? Because are you using for the folks at home, are you using the Reagan jargon? Are you calling it by what the Reagan players would call normally during the year?
Yeah, we call what Reagan calls. Like that play, we have a play called Raider and Rattler. We don't have that at Steele, but they're about the same type of play, just different names.
So you've actually had homework all week during your Christmas break?
Basically learning all this thing.
All right, well, we're going to send it back because I just asked these guys, go ahead and go. I know you want to get out there. I said, well, how are you going to rotate? And he said, I don't know. I think I'm going to be going in, Coach, so can we do this quickly? So they're going to get out there and go. We'll bring you the latest interview maybe when the East scores again.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. And Kyle Herden-Sear from Johnson High School just applied big-time pressure to Bobby Chacon, the quarterback from Stevens, and that led to the pick right there for this East squad. Connolly Kuntz from Alamo Heights getting it done with the Oski, putting the East back in business.
Herden-Sear got a free shot, man. He did not miss.
Dalton Banks now the quarterback. From Alamo Heights on the interception to a new Alamo Heights Mule playing QB, and Dalton Banks is one of your prototype professional type offense quarterbacks. I mean, he's a straight drop kind of guy, tall, can fire it. He'll be going against that defense from the West that includes Teddy Britton at linebacker, Kadarius Lee, and of course Kyle Pollard played on that McAllister Park Little League squad, playing DB as well for the Churchill Chargers.
How about Dante Johnson from Castle Hills First Baptist winning the state championship? Huh? That's a
back
big
to
kick.
back.
Yeah, right? Look out. Tell you what, all-star game, but all of a sudden starting to get some big licks on some people here. That's just what we like.
Play six-man football, Castle Hills Baptist, and just started the program up a few years ago. Won the state championship a year ago and then defended the state title. Castle Hills Eagles playing six-man ball right here in San Antonio.
Josiah Velasquez from O'Connor bringing the hard hat right there. We'll see, man. I like it. Getting all of a sudden it's starting to feel like a football game. You know, had a couple of guys get hit, and now all of a sudden it's game on.
Yeah, the energy off that last sack. And number 1, Ryan Young from Navarro. Out there in Geronimo, Texas, near Seguin. Not very big. Ryan Young only goes 155 pounds. He's just 5'5", but you can see his little burst of speed there.
They've always got good teams out there, too.
4th down, they'll give it to him again, and it doesn't look like he's going to get the stick as the East goes for it. Probably a good call, out of field goal range. Don't want to punt it, give the kid a chance, and he made a nice play, but not quite enough to get a stick. So the West will have it. Try to get on the board. East leads 7-0. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We've got 2:33 left to play here in the first quarter at the East-West San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. Deshaun Key back in at quarterback for the West squad. They threw an interception on their last possession. East couldn't cash in, and so here comes the West. A little toss sweep coming this way. Gain of about 2 yards on the play, and that's Makai Green from Brennan High School.
And a good job by the West defense on that last series. You know, East scores a touchdown, then they get a turnover. They have all the momentum going their way, and so it's pretty good job by the West there to get the ball back and give their offense another crack at this thing.
That's another couple of guys who know each other. Deshaun Key and Makai Green play together at Brennan. Gain of about 2.5. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. Key in the shotgun. He's got some room. He's got speed. Watch out. Deshaun Key across the midfield. Deshaun Key inside the 30-yard line. And Chuck, when he was playing at Brennan, we saw that time and time again, that deceptive speed. He's got such long stride. It looks like they're going to close on him, and then boom, he's right through there for 41 yards.
Well, it's not only the speed, Don, but it's just, you know, the vision. You know, he gets outside and then these little subtle moves where he can kind of see things downfield, and just great awareness. It just, you know, helps him to be the football player that he is. But yeah, you're right. I mean, even in an all-star game, the speed does show up.
Larry Coker loving to see that. They need quarterback at UTSA, and Deshaun Key has given them a verbal commitment. Trent Ford fires to the end zone. Ball is caught. Touchdown! Josiah Velasquez from O'Connor just went up and took it away from the defender. But we've got a flag on the play. This one may be coming back.
Illegal formation. 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, in these all-star games, it's hard for these coaches with 1 week of practice to put in everything that they want to put in. And this is the second time the West has been called for this. Got 3 guys in the backfield, and they must have their receivers off the line of scrimmage, and that's why they call 5 men in the backfield.
Yeah, it was the second time they've been called for that, so it's just little things. But, you know, we talked to Coach Campbell before the game, and, yeah, I mean, that's some of the challenges when you throw a group of kids together with a week to go or so. Insertion and organization, and it cost them 7 points.
Ford rolling again. He's in trouble. Gets past one defender, but he's brought down by number 40 of the East squad. And that's Joe Barrera from Central Catholic. The Buttons getting in on the action.
Oh, that's tough if you're Trenton Ford and you're looking out downfield trying to make a big play, and, you know, you're not the tallest guy in the world at 5'10" is Trenton Ford. And then, you know, pressure coming from both sides and up the middle. It's tough.
We're going to have an abacus and a calculator to figure out the yardage on this one. It's 2nd down and a country mile for the West squad, who's moving backwards.
Dial up another one of those long passes he just threw.
2nd and 28 for Ford, and he's not going anywhere this time either.
Corey Singer from Smithson Valley in on the action. It was a heck of a play right there because he was able to shuck his block and still get Ford down on the ground.
Yeah, Corey Singer, 235 pounds. He's only 5'10", but he's been an outstanding player in San Antonio for the last couple of years.
Speed bump.
3rd down and 28, but we'll do that when we come back. That's the end of the first quarter. The East 7, the West nothing. We're back with 2nd quarter action from the Alamo Dome when we come back. We're back in the Alamo Dome for the 2nd quarter of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. East leading the West 7-0, but Deshaun Key from Brennan High School has the West on the move, although it is 3rd and 100 yards, about 28. Key's going to run for it. Still running for his life. Now he's going to throw it up for grabs. He's got a man down in the area, but There's 4 defenders there, and it's picked off. Norman Reeves from Clemens High School gets the Oski, and that's 2 possessions in a row where the East has come up with an interception.
You know what? I like Deshaun Key's effort right here. I mean, he's out there scrambling around. Yeah, it's 3rd and forever, but you got to like this. I mean, how many quarterbacks, they're worried about their stats, so they don't want to just throw it up and give their guy a chance because they're afraid of exactly what happened. But this serves the point. It was as good as a punt and awfully exciting trying to extend the play.
You're in an all-star game.
That's right. Absolutely.
Have fun. Throw it up there and let's see what happens.
Just as good as a punt inside the 22.
All right, so the East will take over. We've got an inside handoff on 1st down. It looked like Eric Tillman from Wagner was on the carry. Again, Eric Tillman, a strong football player who also has the speed to go with that size. L.G. Williams stays in at quarterback. And now Josh DeFries is in the ball game as well from Canyon Lake. Williams will send 3 to the right-hand side. 2nd down and 8, fires this way. Got his man, Jalen Harris, who has a great juke move and may have gotten a face mask call at the end of that play. Makai Green on the tackle. Crowd reacting to that juke move.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 15 on the defense. Automatic 1st down.
Noe Trevino just got his hand in there and
he was trying to grab his waist, but there's so much juking going on. You're just trying to grab anything at this point.
I think that was probably a 5-yard variety. I didn't see him grab or pull. But it's good for a 1st down. And L.G. Williams will have a new set of downs with trips to his left. And he'll pump fake. Now he's going to keep it, picks up a block. Oh, great block, by the way. Trying to see if that was 22. Troy Irby from Brennan with just a hole-clearing block to pick up a Baptist emergency 1st down. Watch 22.
5'10", 210 pounds, and look at this. It's like he goes bowling. He took out a couple of guys. I mean, you're right, Don. It was hard to even watch the ball carrier at that point because Irby was bringing so much inertia to the play. That was nice. Rack him up.
1st and 10. And Tillman gets back to the 40-yard line. That'll set up 2nd down and about 7. And we've done this a couple of times during this All-Star game, and we're going to have a little fun here. After this play, we'll throw it down to David Chancellor, who will be with Coach Wetzel. We'll see if we can figure out what they're going to call. And this is a good time to do it now with a dead ball. Coach Wetzel turned over to his play caller, Blake Ferris, who's Doug Ferris's
Ball start.
son.
Offense.
And he calls
penalty.
the plays at Reagan.
Pick it up.
And he'll let Wetzel know, and David Chancellor will run him down, and we'll try to figure out what's going on here. Dave, will Coach Wetzel let you talk to him?
Yeah, I think he will. The problem is catching him. He is coaching this as if it's a. I've lost him. There he is. What do you want? I've lost you. First off, what do you have called here?
We got Jack, which is our double set, 2x2. We've got Raider route. We've got a dig and a skinny post right there. Dig right there to Michael Lakai from Judson. L.G. Williams, special player.
Now, is that a Reagan play or a Steele play?
It's a Reagan play, but it's just in our terminology. Everybody runs pretty much the same stuff.
We're gonna
it's all
just
semantics. It really is. It's all semantics.
The guys are telling me they had to do a lot of homework this week to learn all the verbiage.
Oh, they have been great to work with. It's been a lot of fun. They picked it up very easily.
What has this been like? This experience been like for you with 48 or 50 of the best players, at least in this part of town, this area?
It's been a lot of fun. They're great reflections of their coaching staffs and their families. They're great kids. They've been a lot of fun to work with.
As we watch what's
going from LG to Jalen Harris. Look at that.
Now, I asked you earlier.
That was Jack Pistol. That was a little, what we call a mesh route. Pistol. You didn't run that at Lee back in the day?
we ran handoff right, handoff left, punt on third down.
Okay, I understand.
Must have been a quarterback issue.
It could have been.
All right, so
well, since I'm talking to you, I don't know what we're running this play.
All right, let's go. We'll walk over there with him. But as coaches, we're obviously on live TV.
We ran 22 zone to Eric Tillman from Wagner because he's a load and he's good.
Chuck was talking earlier. Eric Tillman, I mean, this is the kid.
And now we're going duo, means we're going to run the same play again because the defense is not lined up. Well, oh, golly. Okay.
That's good stuff.
Hold on.
So we're going to hold on here. He is coaching, and believe me, I've been watching him. I mean, it's an all-star game, but I also don't want to, be foolish here. I mean, you're into this, and does the adrenaline get going? I mean, it's an all-star game. Everybody's kind of, it's almost like playing against your brother-in-law. But at some point, at what point does it kick in? It's like we're going to win this thing.
Well, we're still competitive, but I think our deal is we want these kids to be able to be successful and have fun out here playing, and they're going to have fun if they're doing well. So that's the deal. I mean, it's Coach Campbell and I both know this is not a Reagan Brandeis thing. This is we've got an all-star team. That's what we've got. But we want to do well. Sure we do. And certainly the juices get flowing here.
Guys are fascinated. They want to know the call. They want to know the exact name.
Okay, we're in our 20 personnel. Okay, we've got two backs. We've got Brooks from Wagner in at the H-back here. Okay, it's power. It's an old-school power play out of the shotgun. Okay, lock down, pull the guard around, fullback kicks out.
Why are there so many penalties? Why are you?
This is an all-star game.
False start. Offense.
By the way, I do have a question I want to ask him here.
As we hear. Penalty, second down.
You were telling me earlier there are rules. The rules are there are no rules, but you and Coach Campbell have a gentleman's agreement.
Well, we talked about if we're going to punt, we're not going to rush on the punt because that can be a dangerous deal. You've already seen that. And, when we practiced against each other, I mean, we worked together really well. So I haven't seen anything crazy out of either side yet.
All right, so what do we got here? We got a big guy in the backfield.
Two-back set right here. We got zone kick. There's Tillman. Nope. If I can get down here and see.
Yeah, do it. Like I'm going to tell him no.
And we're going to four wides, okay?
Four wide. Four wide receivers. From my Madden days, I know that's what we're talking about.
Okay, we're going to run pistol again, okay? We're going to have 2x2. We're going to have the top receiver is going to be in an underneath route. The two receiver over here is going to run a 10-yard, what we call a bend or a dig route. The two outside guys have got deep out routes. We're going to read the mesh right here, quickly. Look at there. Through the flare route.
Oh,
that guy's a dude.
Wow.
Eric Tillman.
Coach Wetzel, very much. Thank you so much. Guys, that's what it's like. I think we think, or at least I do, that this is a kind of a play-around game. They got about 10 plays. They're going to run it. They're going to run it over and over and over again. But these guys are so skilled. And talking to him before game, we were talking about the ages of some of the great quarterbacks around town. Obviously, the freshman at Judson, his own, talking about David Wetzel, his own sophomore. 7-on-7 and video games have changed high school football forever, guys.
Yeah, Jalon Williams is 14 years old, took his team to a state semifinal, and Kellen Mond is a guy that recruiters are already all over at Reagan High School. We'll have more fun when we come back to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB.
Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB.
Welcome back to downtown San Antonio. It has been a busy week on the San Antonio Riverwalk. Lots of tourists in town for all kinds of things, including the Valero Alamo Bowl and the Army All-American Bowl. And you're looking at David Wetzel and his Reagan coaching staff all fired up after their East squad just made it 14-0, and there's a dude. He just called him, we're going to throw that kid the ball because he's a dude. Eric Tillman, number 22 from Wagner High School, capping off a 9-play, 83-yard drive. And Tillman is a load, and he, just bulled his way in for that touchdown after catching that little flare pass.
Among the many things that happened in the last segment that were really great, I thought what Chancellor said was absolutely right. You talk about kids that grow up getting to play games like Madden where they get to see pages and pages of offenses and defenses and all these different kinds of things that normally as a kid you wouldn't get to see, but now these kids get to grow up with it I mean, it's right. It's no doubt why these kids are so much more advanced or so much better at, being students of the game, because they're exposed to this stuff at such an early age.
I've noticed it just watching NFL football with my own kids. I've got teenage boys, and they know offenses, and they know it from playing video games. It's crazy.
You know what nickel under smoke is, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, I have to look down at my controller to even try to play. To beat me like 145 to nothing. Moves way too fast for me. The West will try to answer here, and cutting it back and finding some room. Enough for a first down is Juan Ortega from John Jay. It's good for a Baptist Emergency Hospital first down.
We saw Juan Ortega earlier this year up close and personal for a night, and this is what you're going to get with him. I mean, that play took forever to develop, and look at that. He's using the offhand to try to create some space. Nothing there, goes back the other way, and then he's bowling over guys to pick up additional yardage. Nice effort there on that play by that young man.
Bobby Chacon in at quarterback from Stevens, one of the standout quarterbacks we've had in San Antonio this year. All area selection by the San Antonio Express News. He'll pitch it. Got a flag down on that one. And we've also got an injured player. As Noe Trino, or Makai Green rather, picked up a couple of yards. Gives us time to tell you about our CPS Energy Cheer Challenge that we had all year. The results of that. Final top 10 or 12 look like this. The John Jay Mustangs got the most votes, along with Memorial, East Central, Reagan, Brack, Taft, St. Mary's Hall, O'Connor, Highlands, Warren, Marshall, and Sam Houston. But the cheer squad from John Jay was the winner. As you see, the Taft cheerleaders on hand here as well. And sorry to say that we've got an injured player down for the East squad in this one. And while we attend to him, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back from the Alamodome. Welcome back to the Alamodome. Time for our Whataburger player profile. Greg Scott, 5'11", 195 from Holy Cross. A 4.43 40-yard dash and a 37-inch vertical jump. Also had 28 touchdowns there for the Holy Cross Knights, and I'm sure his whole family very proud that he's here representing Holy Cross in the San Antonio Sports All-Star game.
Oh, they had a phenomenal year this year, and man, that's a heck of a season for that young man, no doubt.
Trenton Ford from Clark setting up the screen. He's got Makai Green from Brennan. He breaks a tackle, gets outside, gets to midfield before he's dragged down there by Philip Guillaume from Antonio.
And our man, Greg Scott, is out on the field there too, and I'll tell you what, man, that was just one block away from possibly popping that thing for a lot longer. Again, took a little while to develop, but these guys are putting on quite a show. You talk about continuity being an issue when you have the ultimate team sport here. We're talking about football, 11 on 11. And it's been pretty smooth. These guys have done a really nice job so far.
By the way, the injured player was Kelvin Patterson from Madison, who went off the field during that last timeout. He's being attended to on the sidelines. Looked like he may have suffered some sort of left knee injury. As ball carrier for the West was number 25, Greg Scott, who we just profiled, so perfect timing. Chris Kotfus in the booth, our producer, has got clairvoyant powers like that.
Indeed he does. And we talk about, guys getting banged up. I mean, you hate to see it, obviously. It's what happens sometimes, though, when you've got a physical sport like football. And you could say it's an exhibition, but, hey, Don, bottom line is you're putting on helmets and pads, and, we've seen that over the course of this game. The first couple of plays, guys are feeling each other out.
Start. Offense, 26, 5-yard penalty, second down.
As soon as you get punched in the mouth that first time, then it's all of a sudden all bets are off.
And speaking of injured players, we had a couple kids who, get the honor of playing in this game and then suffer injuries during the week and didn't get to play in this one. David Chancellor's got more on Will Krause. Dave?
introduce him and nominate him. And he's just the nicest, most gentle young man I think you'll ever meet. But Will, you're not playing in today's game. What happened?
On Tuesday during practice, we were running a play and someone came by and cut my leg and then broke the shattered the fibula, and the tibia had a clean break to it, and just broke the leg. It's a pretty bad injury, but it's not career ending. I'll be back. Got a titanium rod in it. I'll probably be back 8 or 9 months or so.
You want to? You hope that college football is in your future?
Yes, sir. I'm talking to a few schools here and there, but nothing's set in stone yet.
When you look back, Will, and obviously this is not the way you wanted it to end your high school career, but what you guys, your class was able to do, continuing to build the legacy and the tradition there at Smithson Valley, how will you look back at the last 4 years and certainly your senior year?
I'll look back and just remember as a fun time and life growing. It taught me a lot of life lessons, and it helped build my character. You were saying that we were talking off camera. I said, you meet anybody? You got any new best friends? And you said, there's some cool dudes here. You got a chance to meet people that maybe necessarily you wouldn't have had a chance to do if this All-Star game doesn't happen. Yes, sir. There's quite a few guys out there that I love to see them work. They're hard workers. I'm really glad I got to be a part of this because there's a lot of neat, different people out here. I think that's the one thing that goes overlooked in this, guys, is all of these guys are great players from their own high schools, but they're inspiring each other in different ways, whether it's on the field, in the classroom, how they act. And when you talk about Will Kraus, I've never, ever asked him a question that he didn't answer yes, sir, or no, sir. I hope that the 90-some-odd other kids that had a chance to meet Will maybe for the first time this week take that on. Will, best of luck. Sorry about what happened. Obviously, wish we were watching you play, but best of luck in the future, and I know you're going to be a success in whatever you choose to do. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, and thank you for the opportunity. We'll go back up to you guys.
Thank you, sir, David. Sir. As Bobby Chacon let it fly and was incomplete. But yeah, what a nice young man, Will Kraus, and honor to be selected. And when you play football, that's always going to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
The opportunity and the chance of injury.
I bumped into Will and his brother before the game. I mean, really nice guys. And I was talking to Coach Wetzel about Will Kraus, and he said, you know what he does before every game? For every practice before he gets to school? Milks cows in the morning. So
does he really?
The kid's got a strong work ethic, and he said he really enjoyed playing for Coach Hill at Smithson Valley. I said, he runs a tight ship over there, doesn't he? And he said, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Jordan Gould will punt it away for the West, and saying that they're going to try to just get out of the way of it as a roll out of bounds between the 19 and 20-yard line, and that's where the East will take over. A 30-yard punt by Jordan. And that gives us time to remind you to stick around for our nationwide halftime show. These players made a visit to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. You don't want to miss that story. And we'll also announce our Scholar Athlete of the Year. We've had the Scholar Athlete of the Week every week during Thursday Night Lights. And today we'll introduce you to our Scholar Athlete of the Year. David Wetzel's East squad leads at 14-0 with 4 minutes to go here in the second half. And they will try to add to that as Dalton Banks will be the quarterback position. The Alamo Heights Mule, he stands tall. We saw that big, tall kid, Quentin Dormady from Bernie Champion. Banks is that type of athlete. Big, strong kid, prototypical passer. We may have a delay of game.
Play of game on the offense, number 7, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So they switched personnel, and Coach Wetzel's group didn't quite have it ready to go, so they'll back them up. It'll be 1st and 15. Ball spotted on their own 14-yard line. Trips to the right for Banks. Empty backfield. And we've got another whistle. And we may have movement. A lot of motion. I've seen a couple arena football plays today where guys were going in motion towards the line of scrimmage.
Timeout. on the west.
This time
Take a
the West
timeout.
will just take a timeout. They didn't like the way things were lined up. That gives us time to bring another Whataburger profile of some of these outstanding student athletes that are playing here today. And this is Lee Terrell from Brackenridge High School. Got some fast kids out here, man. He also runs a 4.4. He had 84 catches this year for over 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns. And the Brackenridge Eagle representing well. Chuck, we saw Oklahoma State's own Ramon Richards make a couple of big plays in their bowl game last night.
Yeah, I mean, he has been a stud for them all year. I mean, and it just speaks to, you know, the talent level that's coming out of here, San Antonio. I mean, we got them all over the place, and it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, we talked about, Don, we've got public schools, private schools, east, west, north, south. You can find good football players all over the area here, and college recruiters are starting to figure that out.
Banks fires a deep post. He's got a guy open to the 50, to the 40. Michael Akai from Judson High School just beat his man on the post. Ran right by him for a 56-yard catch.
This was another guy that Coach Wetzel was talking up because, you know, this is the guy that beat us. But he said, boy, he really stood out in practice this week, too. That, you know, a couple of these guys, you know, they've coached against him. They've seen him on tape. They've seen him on film, whatever it is that they're looking at. But to get a chance to coach some of these guys and see how they practice, Akai was one of those guys that Coach Wetzel was really talking up.
Trips right for Banks, who fires quickly into the slot. That's caught by Joseph Nava, who played quarterback at Central Catholic. He's playing receiver here today.
Yeah, Matt Morris finishing him off. You know, that's the thing, Don. You talked about, you know, you got receivers playing running back, you got running back playing receivers, you got offensive linemen being moved around. I mean, there's quite a lot of challenges for these coaches to try to mold a team during the course of the week and, you know, try to figure out where to plug gaps. But so far, so good.
New look for this East offense, and Banks keeps it himself. Coming up to make the tackle. Number 31 for the West, Teddy Britton, and boy, we can't say enough about him. We talked to John Campbell before the game and said, hey, Coach, who really stood out this week? He said, Teddy Britton is the real deal. And Chuck, we knew that 2 years ago when we had him on a Thursday Night Lights game. As a junior, he absolutely dominated the football game.
Yeah, they have several guys, you know, and it's tough, Don. You know, I mean, we're talking about an all-star game, and, you know, all these guys can obviously play, but yeah, there's always 2 or 3 guys that still manage to stand out. Look at 81.
Banks tripped up. And 81 is Dante Johnson from Castle Hills First Baptist. He says, I may play 6-man football, but I'm one-on-one with the quarterback. I can run him down. What an athlete.
No doubt. I mean, big, strong, and obviously look at the speed on this kid. I mean, he's made a couple of huge plays, and yeah, you're right. I mean, you're talking about 6-man football and how much you get overlooked playing small football, but look at that. I mean, body size ain't too bad, huh? 5'11", 215.
Can you imagine what he did on the 6-man level if he's playing like that in an all-star game against 6A competition?
Probably doing everything but driving the bus.
Special athlete, Dante Johnson. They're sending a little bit of a blitz. Banks picks it up and fires, and it's caught. Tillman, I believe. That's 23, my bad. Josh DeFries from Canyon Lake.
Yeah, here's another kid that played running back in high school, and what a really nice adjustment to the ball here. It was thrown behind him, and, you know, it may have been by design because of where the defense was, but he found the soft spot and was able to reach back and make a nice play.
So that's first down and 10 now for Banks inside the red zone. Fakes, throws inside, a little bubble screen. And laying a lick is again 31. And that's Teddy Britton. Oh my goodness. You don't have to tell that young man that he's the real deal. He just felt it.
Yeah,
Jalen Harris.
Somebody tell Teddy Britton this is an exhibition game. It's football to Teddy Britton.
Did you see him just load up?
Oh, yeah.
Bring the fundamentals. Second down and 8 for Banks. Throws it underneath. That's caught. That's Sam Lorillard from San Antonio Christian. He's near the 10-yard line.
And the West guys doing a really good job staying in their zone as we get late here in the second quarter.
Private schools showing up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Of course, their most famous alum is Corey Robinson, who was a first-team academic All-American at Notre Dame this year. He's just a sophomore.
Just a matchup nightmare at that level.
3rd and about 3. Trips left for Banks. Looks right, though. Tries to thread the needle, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, really nice job there by Josiah Velasquez from O'Connor. Look, he was playing a little bit of safety there and, moved up and really took that throwing lane away.
So the East has 4th down, so they're going to let their field goal kicker give it a shot. That's Alex Webb from Reagan. Try to just get more points on the board. This one's good from 29, right down the middle. The East adds to their total. It's 17-0 here in the Alamo Dome. East over West as Dalton Banks just kind of methodically drove the East squad down the field. You can tell Coach Wetzel's having a lot of fun with his guys.
Again, we've seen some really big plays in this ball game, and of course, the West should have 7 points, or could have 7 points, I should say, if not for the penalty.
We got 8 seconds to go here in the first half. It's been entertaining. Love the interaction between David Chancellor and David Wetzel. We'll do the same with Coach Campbell in the second half. In the meantime, we'll take a look at some of the records from this game, and we saw Justin Stockton last year just dominate, but had some great players playing this over the years. You look at Wilbur Odom, played at Holmes back with the Cash Twins in the 80s, threw for 279 yards, went on to play at Michigan before transferring back home, and is now coaching in the Northside School District. Top 3 receivers, one of those guys was the Kerry Cash.
Yeah, Tyler Ahrens from Tybee last year. Remember him? He's playing at Kansas State.
Big, tall kid.
Yep, and then Zach Galindo last year from O'Connor. He had 4 touchdown passes in a losing effort, but he certainly played well in that ball game a year ago.
Great history here in this game. 37 years they've been doing this.
I know, Don. You talk about the names. There's some of the guys that have played football in this thing that, NFL guys. Cedric Griffin, Quincy Butler, Andrew Sendejo is still playing. Travis Lewis is playing for the Lions. Of course, went to Lee High School. Trey Darcelek. And the names just go on and on and on. Sean Wortham played for the Vikings. TCU. Yeah, remember Brian Natkin from Churchill back in the day?
UTEP.
Was All-American tight end. Sammy Morris, of course, had a long career. Chris Bordano from Southwest High School. Played for the New Orleans Saints until a neck injury essentially ended his career. But, man, Andy Kalu, the names just go on and on.
Look out, we've got a bust. Streaking is Peyton Hall. Peyton Hall's going to the house. Touchdown West. 90 yards to end the half. They'll try and add the extra point and get out of here with the momentum, as it looked like the West was not going to get on the board in the first half, but Peyton Hall found a seam and just turned on the Jets.
Brandeis in the house, and boy, you're talking about speed showing up in an all-star game. Man, he just got a little bit of a hole there and hit it. He isn't coming back till he has to.
Saw one of those in the Army All-American Bowl today. Saw Justin Stockton do it 3 times in last year's game. The extra point by Patricio Botello from Brandeis is up, and it's good. And that's going to do it for the first half. The East 17, the West 7, but the West with all the momentum as we go to our nationwide halftime show.
Welcome to the Nationwide Insurance Halftime Show. Nationwide is on your side.
Earlier this week, a group of players from the U.S. Army All-American Bowl made a very special visit to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Let's take a look.
Children's Hospital San Antonio is for the children of this greater San Antonio, South Texas, West Texas. We're here to serve them and make them better. Well, you know, our kids are here in the hospital and they're sick and they're trying to get healthy, and to have the players come here and show them what they can be and the potential is just fabulous, and it's a wonderful thing for the players to do.
It was a good feeling. I had a chance to play a game with 3 young kids. It was a lot of pretty competitive actually, and we had a lot of fun. We got to interact with them, talk about what school they go to and stuff like that, and it was a good time. Football players come to see them, and I seen a smile on their face. It kind of hit me in the heart a little. It was I had a good feeling, and I actually had really a lot of fun here.
That's for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks for coming by and seeing the kids.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Believe me, if I could, I'd be doing what you guys do. Trust me.
Oh, it means the whole world. It means a lot. We love football, and we love to see these guys out here supporting us. Well, she's definitely a fighter. She's very strong, and I think that's the main thing that she has in common with them.
We're all kids here, and we all like to play, and our kids are stuck in the hospital, and these players, they give them inspiration. They tell them that if I get better, I can be an All-American too.
You're watching the Nationwide Insurance Halftime Show. Nationwide is on your side.
Halftime of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB, and we've got a good one. 17-7, the East leads. And we are here with a man that is responsible for this, our good friend Russ Bookbinder, the president and CEO of San Antonio Sports. First, thank you. 11,220 folks in the stands, thousands more watching on the CW35. I know this is a passion for you and for San Antonio sports. The simple question is why?
Well, it's a passion for our entire team. Our mission is to transform the community through the power of sports, and just one of the many ways we do it, giving these high school kids an opportunity to be seen, potentially get college scholarships is a really big deal for us.
It's a lot of fun, obviously. I can't even imagine all the work that you and your staff do year-round to put this game on, but it is now in year 37. I can remember when it was played in May, sometimes over at Trinity University. Now it's in the Alamo Dome, and there are thousands, and it's televised. Just talk about the direction that it's going and the history behind this game.
Yeah, it started, the Ole Miss Kiwanis Club started this thing 37 years ago. It was played in May. Kids Sports Network assumed the game and did it in partnership. And about 2 years ago, San Antonio Sports got involved. Kids Sports Network joined under our umbrella. We took the game over.
And no offense to anybody else, but it's just taking it to a new level, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, we have some great resources and great sponsorship support to do that. And the goal here is, last year we had 33 kids get college scholarships, and we want to get more this year.
Well, 2 questions based on that. A, you have almost 100 kids from the area. Got to understand, for kids at home, juniors right now that want to play in this game, how do they get involved?
Be good.
That is the line of the day.
And keep your grades up, be a good citizen. Your coaches will nominate you. We had 75 coaches nominate kids. Each school could nominate up to 4, including a kicker. So those coaches sent in the nominations, and we had a crack crew of media personnel and some of our own team look at video and select those kids based on the criteria.
Well, it's a who's who list this year, so you guys did an outstanding job. The tie-in to the Army All-American Bowl, how does that help this game?
Well, without them, we would not be able to do this in the Dome, because it worked out to where that bowl is in the Dome on January 3rd this year, allowing us to play right after them, really cut the cost down for us in a game like this, to make it feasible to put a game like this in the Dome. So they were great partners on this, and we sell a ticket for both games. So we've packaged it together and made it work for both of us.
About 8 hours or 7 hours of football, local high school football in the Alamo Dome. It's a wonderful thing. As you said, keep your grades up. That's one way that you can play in this game, or one of the only ways you can play in this game. And every week on TNL, we announce our San Antonio Sports Scholar Athlete of the Week. We are now announcing the Athlete of the Year, and it is Chris Fanek from Stevens High School. I don't have time to tell you his entire resume. Here are the highlights. Russ, he's #1 in his class, 1 out of 568. He's got a 102 GPA. I didn't even know you could go over 100, by the way. 3 types of National Honor Societies. He sang in the choir. He's a stats tutor for folks there at Stevens. He's an Elf Luis volunteer. I could go on and on and on. Just what does it mean for you, a businessman, a community guy, to honor a kid like this?
Well, you know, we have got to encourage our young people because they're the future. And it's more than being an athlete. Being an athlete's one thing, but if you're going to make something out of your life and business and whatever you do, it's all those attributes that come around what athletics brings. You know, dedication, passion, intelligence, teamwork. And obviously Chris has done that. He's done a fine job.
Well, congratulations to him, and congratulations to you and your staff. What a wonderful job. I know you work year-round on it, and everybody in San Antonio just kind of sits back and enjoys the show, but it's a lot of fun, so thank you so much for everything.
David, to you, Chuck, and to Don, we appreciate it. Dean Radla over at CW, we appreciate all the support you guys have given us. Thanks so much.
I will speak for all of them and say it's an honor to be a part of this. Russ Bookbinder, the president and CEO of San Antonio Sports. It is halftime of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB 17-7. You don't know what's going to happen in the second half. Stick around. Kickoff is coming up right after this.
Welcome back to the Alamo Dome. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. The East leads the West 17-7. It's been a back-and-forth affair with the East going up and then the West answering at the very end of the first half with that long kickoff return. As we take a look at some of the first half highlights, Joe Barrera of Central Catholic got to Trenton Ford early as we had a little bit of a defensive battle. But then the East gets on the scoreboard when LG Williams hooked up with his Steel Knight teammate Jalen Harris for this 35-yard touchdown. Defense again key for the West as San Antonio Christian's Dante Johnson gets Dalton Banks for the sack. But the East would not be denied as Eric Tillman from Wagner just wills his way in. Look at the strength to score. That put them up 14-0. They made it 17-0. And then Peyton Hall from Brandeis had a 90-yard kickoff return to end the half. So here's where we stand at the half with the East leading by 10. Rushing yards are even. The East with a big lead in passing and total yards. Also in first downs and really penalties killing the West squad. In fact, they had a couple of drive killers with 5 men in the backfield and also 2 turnovers, both of those interceptions.
Yeah, Don, and you remember one of those penalties too wiped out a touchdown. So if not for too many men in the backfield, we'd have a 17-14 game right now.
When we come back, we will kick off the second half of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB, wrapping up a busy weekend of football here in the Alamo Dome.
Thanks for watching the Nationwide Insurance Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff.
Tonight's second half of football is presented by Vulcan Materials Company and sponsored by HEB. Here, everything's better. Whataburger, proud to serve it hot and fresh 24 hours a day. Frost, banking, investments, insurance. CPS Energy, CPS Energy works for you. Nationwide Insurance, Nationwide is on your side. Children's Hospital of San Antonio, our children will always be first. Pizza Hut, make it great. Liberty Safe, Dixie Flag Manufacturing Company, University of the Incarnate Word, Bauman Automotive, Baptist Emergency Hospital, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas.
There's a Taft Raider cheerleader waving to the cameras as we're inside the Alamo Dome in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. Coach Campbell
may want to start recruiting number 9 on that little team right there. That flag football game was quite entertaining at halftime.
I'm not so sure Coach Campbell shouldn't go get some pads and maybe a helmet for that young man because, yeah, he looked like he's going to be a player someday.
I want somebody to get his name today and see if he's playing in this All-Star game 10 years from now. He was dominant. Coach John Campbell leading his West squad out. They're down 17-7. Got a big spark right before halftime with Peyton Hall's 90-yard kickoff return. Coach David Wetzel in the East squad with a big lead. You see lots of proud parents, grandparents, cousins, and aunts and uncles. What an honor for these kids to play in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game, capping off their outstanding high school careers. Many of them will move on to the next level. Many of them will just go be regular college students and play intramurals, and this is the last time they'll ever put on pads. So it's special for both sets of kids.
Yeah, you know, last year's game, Don, what, about half of the kids that played in this All-Star game are now playing at the next level. So, yeah, there's a good chance that a lot of these guys are going to get on and play. But, wow, what a fun 48 hours it's been, huh? We had the Valero Alamo Bowl last night, and there's the young man from Madison. Saw putting some weight on that injury earlier, but, of course, you know, a lot of these kids are super tough anyway. I mean, there's no telling. Hopefully he's okay. But, yeah, it's been a fun 48 hours with a very competitive Valero Alamo Bowl. And then, hey, the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. You know, I left the office. It was 27-3. I get down here, and it's a ball game. So quite a treat here over the last 2 days.
Yeah, that game was over, and then all of a sudden we were one onside kick away from a chance to come back and win that. Kelvin Patterson was the injured Madison Maverick as the West will get ready to kick it off. It will be our Six Flags Fiesta Texas second half kickoff presented by Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Patricio Botello will do the honors. Jalen Harris and Michael Akai back to receive it for the East squad. A lot of talent on the field here today as East will let this one go out of bounds, and we'll have to see who Coach Wetzel wants to play quarterback for his East squad. Dalton Banks led his team on a scoring drive. L.G. Williams has already thrown a touchdown, 2 touchdown passes today.
And that's another challenge for Coach Wetzel and Coach Campbell. Is it is an all-star game, it is an exhibition, but you know, you want to try to run in as many kids as you can, give them all a chance to play. I mean, what a thrill, what an honor for these kids to not only put on the uniform, but then to go run out and play against their peers. It's pretty special.
I didn't realize till David Chancellor interviewed him on the sideline just how big LG is. I mean, he's put together like a linebacker. He's a big, thick quarterback, can run it, can throw it. He's back in there leading the East squad. He fires to the near side. Looks like we have a double pass, and then called out a lateral as Joseph Nava, who plays quarterback at Central Catholic, that was all set up for a double pass as he was looking for Nathaniel Dillard of Roosevelt downfield, but he couldn't find a handle on it. Then I think he thought the whistle was going to blow. And then getting in there was Gottfried from O'Connor to make the tackle.
Yeah, Dillard was wide open, so if they can make that first pass, then the double pass might work.
Texas Rangers logo on the back of his helmet. I didn't know that they were trading stickers this week.
I think he's a Taft Red Raider, my friend. Talking to the guys from Taft, hey man, let me have your sticker.
Well, the Rangers want copyright infringement on that logo. Like,
I know, even their high school gear looks
right?
exactly like the Texas Rangers.
The Redskins have
Harlandale?
Yeah, at Harlandale. A couple of NFL teams have called high schools and said don't do that.
And that's just them being bullies.
That's wrong, yeah. Third down and about 20 for Nava. That's Williams. He throws and it's batted down. Big number 96. Patrick Weathersby from Stevens around to make the play. 44 was also in there, and that's Josiah Velasquez.
Yeah, Velasquez, we called his name a lot today. Look at him, just reading the quarterback all the way, and almost had himself a pick there, but at least he was able to knock it down and break up the play.
Another O'Connor Panther.
That's another big kid, too, 44. Size and speed. It's a nice combination to have on the football field.
Alex Webb has a field goal to his credit today. He's also the punter for the East, and he turns to spiral over, backing the return man all the way up to the 33-yard line. Flag flies as Kadarius Lee from Brandeis gets about to the 35-yard line. We'll check the laundry when we come back. East leads the West 17-7.
Today's broadcast in high definition is brought to you by Liberty Safe.
Welcome back to the San Antonio Sports High School All-Star Game presented by HEB. Earlier, we heard David Wetzel calling plays for the East squad on this possession. We're going to let David Chancellor hang out with John Campbell from Brandeis. We'll do that after this first down as Deshaun Key from Brennan fires over the middle, and that's almost intercepted by number 40 of the East squad, Joe Barrera from Central Catholic, who's made a couple of nice plays today. All right, Chance, what does Coach Campbell have drawn up for 2nd down and 10?
Well, here's the deal. And he just told me, I said, Coach, we're going to stick a microphone and listen to your calls. And he said, then you're going to need to go down there because you're not making the offensive play calls.
I'm not making the offensive play calls.
You're the defense
Particularly that one right there. I don't know if you saw the completion. I had nothing to do with that one.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get his take on what's going on in the game and these particular plays, and then we'll go down and we'll listen to what they're calling here. By the way, Deshaun Key pretty good.
Deshaun Key, very good.
How quickly did you? How quickly was it? Were you able to install somewhat of a system with these guys?
I tell you what, by the end of Monday and heading into Tuesday, you've got a pretty good framework or foundation of what it is that you want to do. And then what you have to work on doing is tailoring and tweaking different personnel groupings, different plays that you feel that it plays to the strengths of each kid, which that's the part that gets a little bit overwhelming at times. This kid runs this route well. This kid has this as a background. This is what he did at his respective school. And trying to insert enough that gives him an opportunity to go out there and compete without overwhelming the whole system.
As we wait and watch the handoff, by the way, how we joked Deshaun Key, I don't know if he's the all-star of all-stars, but has there been one guy that has impressed you where you knew, I mean, you know a lot of these guys are good, but somebody where you thought, you know what, I didn't know that kid was as good as he is.
We figured that out the first day. Deshaun had basketball, so we didn't have him at the beginning of practice, and he showed up and didn't really know anything that was going on. And I want to say the first play or the second play of whatever it was that we had, whatever format that we were in at that time, it was instantly apparent. Yeah, he's a special kid, special player, fun kid to be around as well.
Well, just tell us from a coaching point of view what's going on here. Whether we call or not, just they're what are you? Your third and second.
We got a little bit of confusion at the fullback position right there.
That's politically correct. All right, tell me which guy here. I'll run in and listen. Which is
over there based off of that one? I couldn't even tell you what that one was.
I'll tell them they're fired. All right, hold on. We'll see who's calling the play.
David Chancellor earning his money. Run, Dave.
Well, hold
on.
You
can get in there.
Don,
get in there.
First of all, they looked at me like, get off the field.
You got to bow up. Get in there.
I'm not bowing up to anybody here. Guys, live TV, so I hate to do this. You call the plays, Coach?
Yes, sir.
All right, what do we get? By the way, name?
Tate Damasco.
All right, Tate.
We got right deuce.
Coach Tate.
Coach Tate. We got right deuce. We got 70 post left, F corner. So we're going to run a post up top with a corner. He's going to read it inside out. See what happens. And he throws a comeback. That should tell you something.
He went the other way.
Hey, good eye, right. So it is.
It's 4th and 4, Coach. Why not go for it?
You'd have to ask Coach Campbell that. You see him down there. You need to check with him on that.
He scares me. I don't want to ask. When he said, you know, I don't call the plays, I thought that's good because I'm scared to interview you for very long.
I know. We better get some first downs here pretty quick. Huh?
How big was that? By the way, would you, a little How big was the punt return for momentum as you guys went into halftime?
It was really big. That's Peyton Hall. He's ours. He's a great kid, best kid I've ever been around, very unselfish, and he's fast, and UTSA's got him a good one.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. We might peek back in and later in the half.
Quick, I want to say hi to my 2 kids and my wife, Ava and Ty and Melissa.
Hey, smart man. Emphasize the wife, Coach. Emphasize the wife. Guys, we're gonna go to break. We'll come back. We'll see if we can mess with some more people here right after this.
Welcome back, courtesy of our CPS Energy cheer cam. Thanks to CPS Energy, they're working for you. A lot of fans having a good time here in San Antonio in the Alamo Dome today. San Antonio Sports All-Star Game as Jalen Harris joins Dalton Banks in the backfield with Eric Tillman from Wagner. Ball loose. Ball was on the ground, and Harris fell right back on top of it, so loss of about 2. Brings up 2nd down and 12 for the East, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, ball security huge on this end of the field. I mean, obviously you never want to give it back to the other team, but good job getting back on the ball, because the last thing you want to do in a 2-possession game is give the West the football on the 3-yard line.
Joseph Nava runs the play in. He's playing a little wide receiver today. As we told you earlier, he's normally a quarterback. Lines up in the H-back spot here for Banks, who play action and looks, hit as he throws, and it's almost intercepted by Daryl Godfrey of O'Connor.
And then you see the sportsmanship at the other end. I mean, you had bookends over there giving Banks all kinds of business back there. 2 guys coming down on the quarterback hard and both delivering a blow.
Dante Johnson from Castle Hills Baptist.
Yeah.
Hey, this kid's showing up. He may play 6-man football, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple looks from this game.
Yeah, it's been Dante's Inferno. There's no doubt about it. But again, I thought it was kind of cool at the end. You hit the quarterback right as he's releasing the football. Everything was clean, and then you helped him up.
Man, he's big.
And he's got the wheels, too.
Yeah, size, speed. Only listed with 5'11". He looks bigger than that as Banks fires. And right there on that throw, you saw what we saw at Alamo Heights for the last 2 years, and the velocity coming off of the right arm of Dalton Banks, but it's incomplete, intended for Joseph Nava. And he put some zip on that one.
No, he did. I mean, that was a really good throw. And how about the route by Nava? And that's kind of the thing, Don. You know, if these guys were to play together for another week, maybe they make that completion. I mean, that wasn't that far off from being a really big play, and you're right. I mean, he threw a laser beam about 45 yards down the field. It was almost right on the button.
Jacobin Holmes is back to receive along with Kadarius Lee. The punt from Alex Webb. Kicker punter from Reagan. And flags flies. We may have a delay.
Somebody moved.
Play of a game. On the offense, the 5, at the distance. Worked out.
All right, so that'll move him back. Webb was already basically standing on the end line. He's 9 yards deep in his own end zone, and Kadarius Lee and Jacobin Holmes step up to about the 40-yard line to receive this, and that went off the side of his foot and out of bounds, short of the 35. So the West is going to have great field position. We'll listen in with Tate Damasco, the offensive play caller for the West, when we come back. Welcome back to the Alamo Dome as the West takes over here on their own 34-yard line as Trenton Ford back in at quarterback. Straight drop, looking deep, got a man. Good coverage and good defense by, I believe that was number 16 of the East squad. And that's Philip Guillaume from Antonian. Let's go down to David Chancellor for the play call.
All right, guys, we have a quarterback change or a swap. It's not like they're going to bench Trenton Ford or Deshaun Key, but let's find out. Coach, who's in and what's the play?
This is Daniel Tello from Burbank. We're going to run spread left 25, little ISO play over, or 24, excuse me, over here to the right behind these two big old guys. See what happens.
Good call.
Worked out all right, huh?
4 or 5 yards. By the way, those guys, 73 and 65. Don, if you or Chuck can look down, I don't know the weight and height on those, but those are maybe two of the biggest humans that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
I can't. Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. His numbers rolled into his pads because he's such a big dude. 73, I know. Hold on. We're
Deshaun Dixon. Yeah, he's the one we talked about. He's 306. 6'6", 306.
He's not 306. He was 306 of 2 years ago. He's huge. All right, Coach, what we got?
We got double ISO by the quarterback's going to get it. We're going to have a double lead block.
We're going to run Tello from Burbank. I like that call.
He got a first down. So
he's short.
He's a little spark plug.
He is. I could be a coach. I said before when they were putting in Daniel, I said he's a little spark plug. We saw him on Thursday Night Lights. Good player there.
Get ready to go.
I got to be honest. I'm still just kind of looking around thinking somebody's going to kick me off the field here. I should. Of all the things, like a SAT question, which of these don't belong? And it's me on a football field while it's going on. What? It's 3rd and 3.
No, it's going to be 4th and about an inch.
4th and an inch. Hold on. We're gonna listen to some measuring.
And by the way, that isn't an SAT question, Chance. That's a Sesame Street question. Which one doesn't belong?
Forward.
You know.
All right, what we got, Dave, on 4th and an inch?
Well, hold on, let me talk to the coach, Coach Campbell.
We're going for it.
Looks like a first.
You're gonna go for it no matter what.
We've got a massive humanity up there on the offensive line, so we're going to take our chances.
Run behind Dixon.
7-3. I mean, don't you tell your offensive coordinator, just give it somebody a ball near 73?
Well, that's kind of the idea right now. And if it's a 4 inch and they stuff us on this one, we're going to shake their hand. So,
Coach, what'd you end up calling?
QB wedge.
Sneak?
QB sneak.
So Trenton's going to just probably go to his right behind the rear end of the right guard. Oh, he lost the football. It's loose.
I'm not sure who got it. It's a good thing they know we're on live television. This would not be.
There's Deshaun Dixon. You can just see how big that young man is.
There's some fighting going on down there, I'm assuming, Coach. Even in an all-star game. Guys want to win.
Depends where they spot it.
I'm not surprised who has the ball. 70. Not as big as 7-3, but pretty big.
First down. Mitchell Watanabe, whose brother played at Brennan. Oh, they marked it short. Well, they looked like there was a little bit of problem on the exchange.
Well, that's a bummer because we had a good thing going. I think they were accepting of us being on the sidelines.
We'll come back. They're going to get a chance. Hey, they're going to be down, and we'll come back to them in the 4th quarter or whenever for the comeback for the go-ahead score.
Yeah, they seem to be. I
want to see if they'll let you call a play.
I don't think so. I might have to go back over to the other sideline. I've known Coach Wetzel a little longer than I've known Coach Campbell and his staff.
Jalen Harris from Steele crosses the 30. He's close to a pickup of about 8 yards.
How much of a handful is that guy in the open field, huh?
Yeah, great. Just water bug. Just really, really quick. Won his contest on a deep post route earlier as his quarterback, L.G. Williams, hands inside to Tillman, and look out, watch the strength here. He wants to run over somebody instead of around him. And that's a Pizza Hut first down for Eric Tillman from Wagner. Can't tell you how many times we called his name on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights on highlight packages.
Yeah, and he's not running through chopped liver here either. I mean, Darryl Godfrey's one of the most talented defensive players on the field. Couldn't get him down either.
There's Harris. The East has a little bit of momentum, and they're going with some tempo here. They've stuck with L.G. Williams most of the night. Ryan Young in at running back from Navarro. Faces change quickly. There's Young, good for a first down.
And what I've liked about this game, Chuck, is that we are seeing kids. I mean, we've called the name of Dante Johnson a few times, who's playing 6-man football. Navarro's 3A now, I believe. Might even be 2A. But lots of different, if you can play football, you can play football. It doesn't matter what size of school it is that you go to.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of this game, as you said. I mean, you've got, of course, all the studs from some of the big 6As, and then you work all the way down to the outlying area. You got private schools, 6-man. And you're right. I mean, and we've said this time and time again. I mean, there are players everywhere. There are big kids everywhere. There are athletes everywhere. And it really doesn't matter the size of the team. And I had that epiphany probably 3 or 4 years ago. I went down to Medina Valley to watch a game, and it was...
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Take it down.
And I'm walking around on the sidelines before the game, and I mean, that was some of the biggest human beings I'd ever seen in my life. And we were talking about a 3A team at the time, and it's kind of what you see in the state of Texas. I mean, last year, Falls City, I mean, they had big athletic kids. I mean, one of their players is, a 2nd-round draft pick.
Yeah.
For baseball, getting paid. So, again, you can find them everywhere.
Yeah, Justin, what was his name? Justin, Falls City. He was really, really great athlete. Took them all the way to this state championship game. Yeah. Yeah, special athlete.
The Miami Marlins
moved in there. The Eagle Ford Shales bringing kids in, moving in left and right down there, and all those towns, Carrizo Springs.
Holding, offense. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So the East is kind of stalling out here. David Wetzel's going to try to figure out what he wants to do.
And of course, the kid we're talking about that's playing baseball is Justin Twine.
Twine, yeah. And he was not only big and strong, but he was jet fast as well. I believe he was a 100-meter district champion and ran the Texas relays as well. End up signing baseball?
Yes, sir. Got paid. Big time got paid.
That's a timeout as the East tries to figure out what they want to do on 3rd and long. We'll take it with them. 3:18 to play here in the 3rd from the Alamo Dome in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. Fans of all ages having fun in the Alamo Dome today. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game with the East leading the West. We've got a Patriots fan in the house. Football fans of all ages, really of all kinds, staying in town. We got the UCLA beating Kansas State in a good game last night, the Army All-American Bowl game today. And all year long on Thursday Night Lights, we told you about our Vulcan Materials Company $2,500 band grant. And this year, the winner goes to Holmes High School, the Mighty Husky Band. They were nominated and voted on as the best band in San Antonio. So congratulations to the Huskies. They're going to get the $2,500 grant provided by Vulcan Materials Company. So congratulations to them. 3rd down and 15 for LG Williams. A little hook and ladder action. And Tillman's got it, going to be short of the 1st down, but I like the call. David Wetzel getting a little tricky as they run the hook and ladder. We could see it from up here. I'm not sure if the West defense saw it coming, but it worked.
Boy, it sure did. Everybody playing a little bit soft on 3rd and long, playing that zone. Yeah, but a really good job there at the end by our man Josiah Velasquez from O'Connor High School. That kid's had himself a nice ball game, staying in his lane.
4th and 3. Harris dives and gets the 1st down. Jalen Harris danced a little bit, driving coaches crazy. Get upfield. Get that first marker, but he found a seam and got there.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do all that on his own. Got the ball up there in the flat and then tried to take like a mental picture of what was going on with the defense, and then, yeah, found his little crease and just got enough for the 1st down.
He's trying to really almost put this thing away near the 4th quarter, up 17-7. We've got a flag on the play and another whistle, and this time it's going to be a false start. on the East.
Ball start. Offense, number 84, 5-yard penalty. First down.
You know, Don, in talking to the coaches before the game, you got the sense of how much they really like coaching both groups of kids. And I think that stands to reason. You know, the coaches are nominated. I mean, the players are nominated by their coaches. And so they're not going to send any bad kids this way, that's for sure. So it's kind of cool that you get kids that are not only talented, but they're respectful. They're probably, you know, guys that are willing to be coached up. And, you know, I think that's probably the thing that stands out most with these coaches, that they're not around these kids normally. So to be around them for a week and to see how coachable they are and to see how nice they are, and, you know, great representatives as their families and their coaching staffs, that's another bonus of, you know, getting to watch this ball game.
Yeah, you got to figure every kid out here is either the best player on his team or the best player, leader, captain of his team. As Williams fires, what a ball off the hand of L.G. Williams, caught for a touchdown by Michael Akai from Judson.
That was impressive.
That was a laser beam.
It really was. I mean, look at just where he is with his body when he throws this missile. I mean, you know, he gets to step into it a little bit, but it was almost like a sidestep. I mean, that was mostly arm.
It got there in a hurry.
And that's his third touchdown pass of the game, and he's making an early track for our MVP award. Jeepers creepers, that was a throw.
Judson Rockets went to the state semifinals. Steel Knights, they are quite often all the way to the state championship game. Two great programs. And you can just see the missile from the right arm of L.G. Williams, and a nice catch there by Akai. Nice moves, too.
And I thought, you know, some of the subtle things you don't get a chance to see very often, but in the middle of all that, Jalen Harris was throwing a crushing clear-out block to really open up the throwing lane, making things a little easier on his Steel teammate.
Takes all 11 to pull off a play like that. You know, Judson was their own dynasty, and Steel has become that recently. That whole area of town, from the Converse area spilling into the Cibolo Shirts district, just some fantastic young athletes and coaches as well.
Yeah, we've got some good coaches in this town, do we not? I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at. You can go all over town and see coaches that are either that have built great programs and they're sustaining it, or we've got good young coaches that are at programs that are, you know, trying to build them up. But you can see progress literally all over town, and some of these coaches just really doing a fine job with these young men.
What I love about San Antonio coaches is they have the best interests of the kid at heart for his well-being after football, more so than winning football games. And they do both at the same time. But just some really quality men in this town. As we see, you know, a lot of times they're basically father figures to a lot of these kids. And just like you said, doing a great job not only teaching the fundamentals of football, but teaching the fundamentals of life. And you see it with so many great young kids coming out of San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail right on the head there with the father figure, because it doesn't matter if you have a father in the house or you don't. I mean, you're going to remember these coaches that are instilling these values into you for the rest of your life. And I mean, you know, you may not like it at the time when you're going through it and they're being tough on you or being hard on you, but usually they're coaching you for things that you can expect later in life.
Bobby Chacon with the handoff. Number 12 of the East laying a big-time lick, and that's Norman Reeves from Clemens.
Clemens is one of those teams, too, you know. Talk about what the coaches have done over there at Clemens High School. I mean, you know, it wasn't that long ago. That was a winless program, and now all of a sudden they're one of those teams. They're going to go out and they're going to win 9-10 ball games a year. Norman Reeves bringing the load on that play.
6'1", 200.
And earlier it looked like he was taking the defensive reads from the coaches, so you know, he might be one of those guys that is the most intuitive guy on that side of the football.
Chacon taking the snap, handing off inside. And brought down after a gain of about 3. is number 26, and that's Greg Scott. I'm sorry, Juan Ortega from John Jay.
Let's see if West can get some sort of spark. You know, Don, looks like if they just get one big play, it would kind of loosen things up a little bit.
Well, he took the pressure off him. David Chancellor's no longer putting him on television. If they convert this third down, maybe we'll let him call some more plays. Third and about 8 for Chacon. Fires to the near side, incomplete. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter, is the punt will anyway. 5 seconds to go here. Is East playing good zone defense on the coverage. Jordan Gould will kick it away.
Yeah, really a good job by Jamal Williams there from MacArthur, putting the heat on Chacon. And we'll see Chacon in the spring playing baseball. He's a pretty good baseball player too.
Gould's punt goes straight up in the air, bounces short of midfield, and that's where the East will have it when we start the fourth quarter. We're through 3 in the Alamo Dome, with the East leading the West 24-7 on the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. We'll come back with the fourth quarter right after this. It's the fourth quarter of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. The East squad up 24-7, and they have the football at the West 46-yard line. Dalton Banks, the quarterback from Alamo Heights, is in the ball game, and he fires to the near side. It's caught by Joe Nava from Central Catholic. He picks up about 9, maybe 10 yards before being brought down, and it's going to be good enough. Well, they spotted it short of the first down. It'll be second down and a yard as the East will go quickly with tempo. Banks hands inside. Jaron Scott from Cole, his first carry of the ball game, and he'll run out. He'll be replaced by Ryan Young from Navarro, who's already shown us his quickness.
Yeah, not the biggest young man, but I'll tell you what, he's pretty physical for his size too, and you talked about his speed as well.
Third down and less than a yard for Banks. Fires to the near side. That's Lorillard from San Antonio Christian. He's got some speed and turns out all the way down to the 25-yard line. And it's a Baptist Emergency Hospital first down.
And Ryan Young, too, also doing a really nice job setting a block out there on the edge. Getting his man a couple extra yards out there and helping that first down come along.
New set of downs for Banks. He's got Young back there with him. Fires again to the near side. That's incomplete. That was intended for number 81, Ian Martinez from Harlandale. And that'll be second and 10 now from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a good thing he got rid of the ball quickly there, because number 94, Ethan Engelbrecht from Lee, that's a big kid too, man. 6'5", 235. Tell you what, they've got some big beasties over there on the West defensive line.
There's another inside handoff to Jaron Scott. Cole Cougar, base of Fort Sam Houston, on the post. He picks up about a yard and a half. Third down and 8. Scott's back with Banks again. Near side, caught by Nava, dives across the 15 for another first down. And Joseph Nava, like I said, played quarterback at Central Catholic, showing he's an all-around athlete.
You can always tell those guys too. I mean, their football IQ. I mean, he gets that football, and it felt like he fell forward 5 yards with that football after there was contact. And that's what you're looking for. Guys like that that are able to pick up some yardage when there's guys hanging on his back.
Banks' pass intended, again, for Harlandale's Ian Martinez. Had a little bit too much mustard on it, just bounced right off his shoulder pads. Sets up 2nd down and 10. Nava Lorillard, split right. Martinez to the left. Young in the backfield, and that's the little Young from Navarro. Oh no, it's Banks keeping it. Fake me out. Touchdown East. Man, I was looking the wrong way. I bought the handoff. If I was playing linebacker, I'd be picking it up off the ground. Dalton Banks with some wheels.
Yeah, and it was funny because I saw Dalton Banks and I thought he was going to use his wide receiver to run around. He's thinking, you know what, I'm big enough. I got this, no sweat. He cut it back inside and scored anyway.
Didn't take our camera guys out, that's for sure. And that 8-play drive basically putting it away for the East with 9:42 to go, although the extra point is blocked. And it'll stay at 30 instead of 31. Dalton Banks and the East with a commanding lead over the West All-Stars here at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. We're back after this.
You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by HEB.
Welcome back to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. We've been talking about Joseph Nava all night, number 4, a quarterback for the Buttons, playing receiver because it's an all-star game and really showing his all-over ability. When he was a freshman, he was the point guard on a Central Catholic basketball team that had Jordan Kite, who is now signed with Incarnate Word, and Jordan Murphy, who's now signed with Virginia Commonwealth. They were the best basketball team in town as freshmen. But Joseph decided to pick football, and it's paid off. You can tell by looking at his stats. Just an overall great little athlete. And not sure what he'll do at the next level, but he's having fun here today, and he's showing that he's very versatile. Peyton Hall's already had a 90-yard return today. Here he is again. This time he's brought down for at the 15, 16-yard line by Josh DeVries of Canyon Lake.
You talk about some of these athletes, Don, isn't it funny too? You see a young man like that, and he's such a good athlete that he never takes a huge shot because he's always so much more athletic than everybody else.
Yeah,
there's something to that. I mean, you know, there's one thing to be able to get up and down the field with the football because you're a super athlete, but you know, the really good ones too, they're so athletic, it's hard to get a good lick on them.
All right, Deshaun Key back in. If the West is ever going to get on the board, it'd be with that young man. He's a special athlete playing quarterback for the West right now. Let's see, he's got that ball's whistle finally blows. They're going to call it incomplete.
I think they said the ball was caught and that the ball came out after the catch and he was on the ground. Let's see. Man, that was a heck of a shot he took, that's for sure. I don't know if he ever caught it, but
Lee Terrell from Brackenridge.
Yeah, Lee Terrell bringing the load.
Sean Key. Tossing. Hayden Dennis there on the tackle, 44. He's another one of those private school kids out of San Antonio Christian. He's got 6'A" size. Hayden Dennis, a big young man, 44. 94 also in there on the tackle.
You talk about these basketball players. You know, I'd forgotten that Deshaun Key plays basketball too, and you know, coaches talked about the fact that he missed a lot of practice this week, but I'll tell you what, man, that kid, there's not a whole lot he can't do athletically. I mean, he hasn't looked like he's missed much today, if anything.
Of course, Brennan's basketball team went to the state Final Four a couple of years ago. Jordan Murphy was a sophomore. He's now a senior. Can you imagine the athletes on that team with Murphy and Key? He's going deep. Got him. Got him just through the outstretched hands. of number 86. That's Jacobin Holmes from O'Connor.
Missed it by that much, but man, he had a step, and that was a heck of a throw, too. Here we go, another look, and just a little bit too far inside, but heck of an effort by both kids on that play. Almost took it to the house had he caught it.
So Jordan Gold will kick it away again, and Jalen Harris and Michael Akai will be back to receive. It's Botello with the punt. Good kick. A nice move by Akai, draw some oohs and ahs. And we've also got a flag on the play. Was that a block that drew that oohs and ahs, or the move?
I'm pretty sure it was the block in the back by 42 from the east. And that'd be Kyle Hernseer from Johnson High School.
During the return, lock in the back on the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
All right, that'll send us to a break. The East will have the ball and the lead up 30-7 when we come back to the Alamodome. You're looking at the CPS Energy Cheer Cam. CPS powering you. And the East with a lot to cheer about today as they've got the ball and the lead. And we go back down to the sidelines, and David Chancellor, who's going to get us into the year of the East coaching staff. Blake Ferris, the play caller for the East.
Yeah. Guys are polite here. So we got Coach Wetzel and Coach Ferris here. Coach, first off, what's the play call that we're watching?
This right here, we ran zone to the trips, hoping to get a pull on the backside. He took out the front door.
So they're going to call another play, and then we'll see if we can make a suggestion, is how we'll say it.
Trips out here. We're going to put trips to the far side of the field. Okay. What we call radar. We're going to run all stop. All the receivers going to run a stop route. Very simple. So LG's going to figure out who he wants to throw it to, really.
He's got 5 different guys out there to throw to.
He's probably going to come right here, if I guess. Yeah. Right there. See?
That's why they pay you the coaching.
How about that? See?
Guys, Chuck and Don, what do you want to call?
I want a jet sweep with Lorillard.
They want a jet sweep with the kid out of San Antonio Christian. Imagine that.
We'll fix it.
I don't know if they're going to call that, but we got it.
We're going to take the time out and do it, okay?
We'll do that in a minute. Let's just get a play called. This is not that play. This is some other play you guys called.
Yeah.
Good. LG Williams.
That's
is
my
pretty
man.
Good dude.
That's Lorillard right there.
Lorillard. Now I don't think that was not the play. That was not the play.
That's not the play.
Here's how cool David Wetzel is. He's going to call a timeout just so they can call this jet sweep with Lorillard for you.
All right, Sam Lorillard, senior out of San Antonio Christian, water bug
right here, right?
type athlete.
81?
83. 83. Just caught that ball.
We'll listen in.
You're just going to take the handoff, okay?
All right.
Don Harris wants you to carry the ball, okay? All right, you got it? Can you handle it?
Yeah. Oh, this is not even a play.
I got it all.
This is so cool.
We got it all, okay? All right, you got it?
Jet sweep. You owe me, Sam.
Go score.
It's not a fly sweep, but
you know what's crazy about that kid is
it's not a fly sweep.
He won't say 2 words.
Basically, here's what Coach Wetzel said. It's not a fly sweep, but your kid's going to get a chance to score a touchdown here, so we'll just deal with it. But all right, so you basically took up
restrict the receiver and put him in the backfield. Now, we could, had we have been working on it for. If we had them all the time, we work on our fundamentals together, we could flip him the fly sweep. We don't have time to put that kind of stuff in, timing-wise. Let's see what he does.
Next year we need to get like Twitter up and have.
Measuring the stretch. Look at him.
Look at him. Get up field, Sam. Nice job. You got a game.
He stayed on his feet.
All right. Let's see what else they got.
He had a nice completion on the one before that. I would have called it off.
We're going to listen to this.
Okay, we're going to fake the zone. We're going to throw a hitch screen to the number 2 receiver. Either side, he can go either way. Yeah, watch him. Let's see what he does. Boom, he's going to throw it there. He's going to, oh, he got it.
Boy, he made a nice catch there.
No, he did. He was exposed, but he hung on to the football.
Trying to get the ball to Dillard to give him a catch.
Oh, so he's that. I mean, he's that aware. He's LG has an idea of, hey, this guy needs a catch. This guy's.
He did, yeah. Sharp kid, very sharp.
All right, well, the coaching is going well. Thank you for letting us call a play.
It's fun. Tell Don, good call. Kid stayed on his feet.
The always polite David Wetzel. Don.
He's one of the best guys in town. We love David Wetzel, John Campbell as well. You tell how much fun these guys are having with these kids. Again, this is not, no pressure on this. This is for them. This is an honor for these kids. This is a reward for all their hard work of playing football since the time they were in 4th grade. They've all worked so hard, and this is kind of great recognition for them of all the hard work they put in and all their accomplishments. All these kids probably all district, all
Oh, sure. Yeah, most of them, no doubt. Oh, a little flea flicker.
A little flea flicker here. Trenton Ford going deep.
Back.
And we're going to get a pass interference call on 21. Mitchell Abraham.
Can they say it was uncatchable?
Well, he was trying to work his way back. I don't know that he could have gotten there.
I think they're going to let it stay.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about how cool this is, Don. I mean, this is one of those things, you get this uniform after the game and stick it in a frame and have it for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your parents, your grandparents are probably here. They're all proud of you, the job you did as a high school football player. And, some of these kids will never put on shoulder pads again. And it's got to be emotional for them, and at the same time, a lot of fun to do it one last time. They probably had plenty of tears after that last loss of their season. No team from San Antonio ended with a W. So your last game's always, except for Castle Hills Baptist, yeah. But the rest of these guys, their last game was an L. And so a lot of emotion, a lot of tears, all the hard work they put in. And then you get one more chance to put it on for fun, it's got to be a blast. And to have guys like David Wetzel and Coach Campbell have fun with it,
Right, not taking it too seriously.
Yeah. We're going to have a timeout by the West.
Timeout.
30-7. We'll take it with them. We're coming right back at the Alamo Dome. Welcome back as we profile Marcus McNeil, the big 300-pound lineman from Madison High School. He's 6'3", and as you can see, he's a strong young man with a 335 bench and a 390 squat. And he's going to continue his football career as a Pony. Southern Methodist, going up to SMU. Congratulations to Marcus.
It was a tough year for the Ponies, man, but they won their bowl game. I mean, their last game of the year.
Yeah, it was a tough year. June Jones quitting 1 or 2 games into the season. And Larry Brown's done a good job of revitalizing that basketball team program. We'll see if SMU's football team will turn it around.
Yeah, and that's a nice field they got there as we look at Trenton Ford. That Ford field they have up there, that is a sweet track. They have at SMU.
Hayden Greenbauer playing great for them from San Antonio Clark.
Yeah, had a lot of interceptions this year playing DB. He was a great quarterback at Clark a few years back.
With 3rd and 8 for the West. May not get many more chances at it. Quarterback keeper by Ford, and he got the stick, and I don't know if he on his own went backwards. Going to call it short, I believe, and that's going to set up 4th and really short, or did they give it to him?
It's going to be a little bit short, but just a great individual effort by Trenton Ford on that play. Almost picked it up on his own.
Now this is one I'd run behind 73.
Got a couple of guys down there.
Guys, can we get a shot of 73? Deshaun Dixon wearing the red helmet. We talked about him earlier. He's probably going to end up at Oklahoma State, maybe. Just 6'6", 306 pounds. He pulled right there. Deshaun Key was going to follow him, but flags fly. Key saying the defense jumped, encroachment. Defense, of course, wants false start. Officials will sort it out. 4:02 to play here.
Yeah, but Deshaun Dixon, Don, that was one of those guys that Coach Campbell, you know, he'd seen him before, obviously, and knew he was a great player at Taft.
He called him a dancing bear. he said
disconcerting signals on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Try to throw him off. You say hut on defense. Can't do that. But he called him a dancing bear. You can see him right there. 6'6", 306, with incredibly agile feet. And that's what's going to make him a potential pro prospect if he ends up, you know, developing his skills at the next level, because you just don't coach 6'6", 306. Inside handoff. Still on his feet. Wow. Inside the 20.
Score, big fella.
Touchdown, Troy Irby from Brennan. How about that?
I think Troy Irby was thinking, hey, why don't you guys get me the ball earlier? Wow.
He just was not going to go down. Look at the play he makes after contact. He just braces the contact, stays on his feet with a spin move. That's just really good. And then a stiff arm. Wow.
Impressive, young man. Impressive.
Patricio Botello will try to add the extra point. That's blocked. So it's 30-13 with 3:40 to play, and a play of the game nominee right there from Troy Irby. Again, another look at it.
Well, I'll tell you what, nice kick out block there by 73, your man Deshaun. And then pretty much, this is all Irby after this.
I don't know what was more impressive, the spin move after the initial contact, keeping his balance, or the stiff arm at the end of the run. There's the big fella clearing the way.
Yeah, that's what you call, it's not a pancake, but it's pretty close. That's winning your battle, but I think he's probably won a few of those over the course of time.
Troy Irby, 1 carry on the night. He's averaging 27, huh? Think he'll get the ball next time they touch it?
Yeah, I mean, he walked off the field. It was like he was almost, it looked like the look on his face was, about time he got me the ball.
Yeah. Wow, Troy Irby, very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to make your presence felt in these All-Star games. You know nobody's going to get huge opportunities. You got over 100 players here. He certainly made the most of his one touch of the night. Now, this is a great way to cap the year, isn't it? After doing Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights all year, Don, and then get a chance to see all these studs out here playing football. And, you know, you think the sky's the limit for some of them, and just how much fun it is to see all their hard work come to fruition here and get a chance to play another football game here in 2015 when, you know, a lot of kids aren't getting a chance to play any football after the season's over.
Yeah, onside kick will be coming here. And it'll be fun to watch him. You know, I think, Chuck, I know I speak for you because I know it's true. We have so much fun watching these kids 3 years from now saying, hey, remember when we talked to that kid when he was at Steele or wherever? The onside kick going the other way.
It's Garrett
Strauss from Reagan.
Yeah, he's had a nice game, too. And there's another kid that he's made several plays today, 6'1", 190 pounds. And, you know, this is one of Wetzel's guys. He really likes this kid. Steps up, shows off the hands, and probably feels like there's going to be contact, makes a little spin move, and then turns it upfield and gets a squad another 20 yards or so.
Right. Yeah, but just from a few years ago, Malcolm Brown, you know, had such a great career at Texas. Aaron Green doing great things at TCU. Those kids don't forget where they came from as we do another Whataburger player profile. And that's Josiah Velasquez, who's had a great game out here today. 32-inch vertical jump, 4.5 40.
Yeah, and at his sides, you know, that shows up at the next level too. But yeah, you're right. I mean, to see these kids and to grow on, and it's funny because you see them and you still think a lot of these guys are, you know, they're young men, but to me, and because we're so old, you know, you feel like they're little kids, and then, you know, you go out and you see them like Malcolm Brown, just, got a chance to walk across the stage a few weeks ago. So you see him not only grow as football players, but as human beings as well. And, that's the thing, that degree that Malcolm Brown gets from the University of Texas and Michael and some of these other guys that have gone off and gotten their degrees. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Joseph Nava playing quarterback now. Central Catholic kid keeps it. Cuts back, picks up first down type yardage. Almost, it is good enough for a first down. And you got to like his toughness and moxie for being his size. Nava's 5'10", 170 pounds. And not afraid to stick his nose in there and fight for the first down.
Got a little jitterbug in him, too. I think it's kind of cool, too. You look at these kids' helmets, and they've obviously been swapping stickers from the respective schools that are here represented today. And you talk about the friends that you make just in the week that you're out here sweating and running around with them. I mean, that's, you're going to make some lifelong friends here just in the week that you got to play football with these guys.
Ryan Young from Navarro on the carry. Gets down to about the 20-yard line. We ticked under 2 minutes to play.
And you talk about, a lot of these kids, talk about competing and playing in the same districts with one another. And, so a chance to maybe line up and share a lunch with somebody after a practice. And you think about how much that goes and just the friendships you make along the way. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we were hearing Will Krause earlier saying he almost was surprised that some of these guys are really good guys. Right. You grow up in Smithson Valley, you're thinking all the guys at Reagan's are jerks because they're your rival, but you spend time with them after the fact and you're like, hey, these guys are just like you and me.
Sure.
So it's fun times. Jaron Scott from Cole getting a carry. Picks up a couple. Big 74. In on the tackle.
It's been a lot of fun, and you really just to talk about the coaches, Don, giving of themselves to come out and coach these kids during the holidays, and doing a really nice job. And it was kind of fun to be out here and get a chance to watch it all unfold today. I'm sure they would have liked to have seen some things, clean up a couple of things, but hey, all in all, it was a pretty good afternoon to watch a high school football game.
Any chance we get to watch high school football, we'll take it, right, Chuck?
Absolutely.
Nava fires to the near side. It's caught inside the 15-yard line. It's number 23.
DeVries.
DeVries out of Canyon Lake, 5'10", 175. And David Wetzel may be content to just let this thing run out. And that will probably do it. They're going to line up and shake their hands. The East will beat the West in the 37th annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. 30-13 your final. When we come back, we'll hand out our Player of the Game award, and we'll also talk to our Player of the Game and the winning coach, David Wetzel. All that and more coming live from the Alamo Dome after this.
Welcome to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game post-game report.
Welcome back to the Alamo Dome. The East beats the West 30-13 in the 37th annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB, capping off a busy weekend of football in the Alamo Dome. Of course, after the Valero Alamo Bowl and the U.S. Army All-American game. Our pleasure to bring it to you on the CW35. The East, the big winners. For some of the trophy presentations, let's head down to the field and David Chancellor.
That's right, Don. We want to honor all of the All-Stars. Before we do that, did you guys have a good time today? That's kind of weak. Let's do it again. Did you guys have a good time today? All right, the MVP, the Whataburger Impact Player of the Game, the one and only LG Williams from Steele High School. I'll give you the trophy. Before I ask you about the game, I got to ask you about the post-game. Did you and Dalton Banks conspire to get Coach Wetzel distracted so you could get the water doused on him?
Yeah, we kind of distracted him a little bit. Yeah.
He did set you up. 13 of 15, 119 yards, 3 touchdowns. in your wildest dreams? I know you've had bigger nights and on bigger stages and bigger games, but to be the all-star of all-stars in your senior year, what does that mean for you?
It's a great opportunity. I thank God for everything that he's done for me. I thank these guys that work with me, practicing, the coaches. It was a great experience.
You threw a touchdown to a Judson Rocket.
Yeah.
It's a little odd.
That's not something you see every day.
No, but what has this been like for you guys, rivals aside? Not just you and Michael, but all you guys, because you guys compete against each other, and I don't know how well you know each other on a daily basis, on a personal basis, but when you get to spend a week together, what's it been like for you?
Yeah, like I said, it's a great experience, and it's fun seeing the guys that you played against during the season, and it's fun kind of making friends with them and doing great things in practices.
Well, Justin Stockton won the award last year. I guess this is kind of a steal thing.
I wouldn't say that.
Congratulations. Big round of applause, LG Williams, the Whataburger Impact Player of the Game. And now, as I bring in Coach David Wetzel and Russ Bookbinder, first off, congratulations. What a wonderful job you guys did. Not only just you and your staff, but Coach Campbell and his staff as well. I know you guys get kind of thrown together and you basically have a week to put on a football game and you put on quite a show. What was this experience like?
This is a great experience for all of us, and we're thankful to San Antonio Sports for this opportunity. And all these guys, these are the best in the San Antonio area, and we enjoyed working with them. And the West team did an outstanding job. The guys that we got to coach did an outstanding job, and just our honor and privilege to work with them this week.
It's a lot of fun. What did you learn about some of these guys? Not maybe one in particular, but I mean, as a coach and as a dad, do you gotta get to see some guys that you've read about or watched game film on and get to know on a personal basis?
Absolutely. Tremendous young men. They come from great programs. They come from great families, and it's been our privilege and honor to work with them. Great group of young men. You're going to be hearing great things from them in the future.
Last question. Would you do it again? Was it a lot of fun?
It was a lot of fun. It was a blast. We're thankful to these guys for letting us do this, and we're glad these guys let us coach them this week. It was an honor.
Big round of applause for David Wetzel and the East team in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB. Russ Bookbinder handing you the trophy, and I'll get out of the way. Congratulations, guys. San Antonio, I hope you enjoyed the game. They put on a show. Guys, let's head back up to the booth.
All right, thanks a lot, David. Coach David Wetzel and the East squad celebrating the win for the East team that won today 30-13. David Wetzel, Chuck, as you said, you kind of feel like he was brought up at Reagan High School. The man who hired David Wetzel at Reagan High School was Jerry Comalander, and we want to make sure that we say congratulations to Coach Comalander as he goes off into retirement. 54 years as an educator. He was a football coach at Churchill High School when I went there many, many moons ago, and he was an athletic director at the Northeast Independent School District for 27 years after that. Won a state championship in 1976. One of the finest men I know, and I know you do too, Chuck, and we wish him all the best as he goes off into retirement, well-deserved.
And Karen Funk, we're sure will carry the torch brightly for the Northeast Independent School District. We'll know she'll do a great job over there. She's been over there for, last couple of decades. But yeah, I mean, I think Northeast was in good hands, and it will be in good hands going forward.
Coach Comalander doing the honorary toss of the pizza box before the game. There's our MVP, LG Williams. Much more coming from the Alamo Dome after this. Welcome back to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. Look at the smile on the little kid's face there, getting an autograph from
Michael Akai.
Michael Akai.
I might be right behind him. I think I'm going to go down and get me one after the game, too.
See, lots of smiles, lots of handshakes. Guys who coached against kids in the past, now coaching with them. Just a great experience for all the families who are fortunate enough to have a son play in this game. Look at some of the final numbers. The West outrushed the East, but that was about it. 265 yards, most of those from LG Williams and Dalton Banks. 343 total yards for the East, 19 first downs, and only one turnover as the East pretty much dominated this football game. West got on with a kickoff return to end the first half. Peyton Hall from Brandeis turned on the Jets and went 90. That was one of the rare offensive highlights. It was a special teams highlight for the West. But the East, LG Williams, just here's one of those passes that he made, just a laser beam for a touchdown to Akai. And
it was so good. Let's watch it again.
Fastball. Dalton Banks had a big day, threw, ran, showed off his athleticism. He's a big football player. Really has the physique of a big-time college football player.
Our man Irby.
Troy Irby from Brennan.
Trucking guys along the way and getting him 6.
Play of the game, no question about it. There's Trenton Ford from Clark High School. He started the game at quarterback for the West. And Chuck, as we said, we've had him on Thursday Night Lights a couple of times. And just a really impressive athlete, young man, and he's relishing the moment with his family right now.
Yeah, can you imagine playing quarterback with, you know, a whole bunch of different guys that you've never played before, and then you only have a week worth of workouts? I mean, all these quarterbacks did a really nice job today, and it's got to be tough to play that position in a game like this, but they all showed up and did a really good job.
Special time for these young men. Graduation is right around the corner, the next phase of their life, moving on to college, whether they play football or not. And they are just enjoying these moments of their senior year as they get ready to, you know, that second semester of your senior year is a blast. Classes don't matter anymore. You're already accepted to college.
Stays with you the rest of your life, doesn't it?
They're having a great time. All right, we got lots of people that we could thank. I don't have enough time to thank everybody, but for Chris Kotfus and Jeff Watt in the booth, for everybody behind the camera lens, David Chancellor and Chuck Mikatinik, I'm Don Harris at the Alamo Dome. We'll see you next year on Thursday Night Lights. Another year of high school football in San Antonio. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night, and God bless.